You can listen to this practice wherever you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. So if you'd like to listen to this in a still position, then feel free to take all the time you need to arrive there and just let yourself adjust and fidget in whatever ways your body wants to or needs to. As you just start to come into your sense of feeling. Allow your body to move you in whatever ways feel best. And if what feels best for your body right now is stillness, then honoring that stillness whenever it feels right. But maybe what feels good is some neck rolls or some cat-cow motions with the spine, some side body bends or torso twists. Or if it's the morning for you, actually any time of day it is, it might feel really good to lift your arms overhead and just give your organs lots of space to breathe as you feel the bottom of the rib cage lift away from your hip creases. Feeling the collarbones broaden. And there is no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move throughout this practice anytime you feel the need to. But if you are feeling ready to come to a still position, then you may do so. But if you're in a place where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close if they aren't already. And you can mark your arrival into your practice today, into your body today, with a full and intentional cleansing breath. A long and slow inhale in through the nose, and just letting yourself fill up to every corner and edge of you as you hold that for a moment when you're full, and just really experience that sense of fullness. And then without straining as you need to, slowly let that go. Exhaling all the air out of you bit by bit, maybe gently pulling the navel toward the spine to just push that last bit of stagnant air out of you. As you again pause to feel that emptiness. And then allow your next breath to come to you as it's needed. And so you can breathe just like that for as many rounds as it feels good and helpful to you. Just this exaggeration of your breath, the four parts of your breath. The inhale, that pause at the top of your inhale, followed by the exhale, and that pause at the bottom of the exhale. As you just consciously slow down the process of your breath. And at any time that it feels right to you, you can just release this guidance over your breath altogether and allow yourself to step back and up in the mind and into that role of the observer or the witness. And see if you can just simply witness the fact that your body is breathing rather than having any direct influence over the rhythm or depth of your breath. But reminding yourself how your breath does function all on its own without any of your doing or direction. And just practicing watching your breath or watching your body function just like any other act of nature. taking on that same energy you might have when you are laying on the beach and watching the waves roll up along the shoreline. Or maybe watching the trees sway in the breeze. Not feeling the need to control how the waves are rolling or how the trees are waving, but just watching as they do so. Remembering how your body does breathe all on its own, even when you are fast asleep. And that this is a bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. So just playing with that control and then release of control as we begin today. Even if it's just for a split second, seeing if you can watch your body breathe you. And just letting some awareness come now to your face. And even with the eyes closed, just imagining what your face looks like. If you were to catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, what expression might be resting on your face? What emotions might be communicated by the expressions resting on your face? Maybe the brow is furrowed or the jaw is tight and holding. Maybe the nostrils are flared. But wherever you notice that there is some tension still residing, just allowing your awareness to be all that you need to instead allow these areas to soften. And just allow your jaw to hang heavy, maybe even imagining what your jaw looks like as it hangs into place. Letting your lips be soft, your chin to release, as you just follow that line from your chin to your ears, and just release your jawline a little bit further. And feel how that naturally helps the rest of your face soften as the nostrils release, the cheeks, the lower eyelids, and the upper eyelids. Even all those tiny muscles along your lash line that usually scrunch up when you squint, even feeling those soften as the corners of your eyes get a little bit wider. The eyebrows release a little deeper as you feel the full width and depth of your forehead as the hairline softens back. Even allowing your eyeballs to rest in their sockets as you let your gaze be soft wherever it is looking. And maybe even feeling a sense that your brain is releasing into the support of your skull. Just this overall sense of softness, release, and stillness in the face and in the head. And you can just watch the process as this naturally will spread down the rest of your body. If you imagine this sense of release to act just like warm water trickling over the body. So feeling the rest of your scalp soften back as release trickles down the back of the neck, the sides of the neck, as the arms become a bit heavier. The shoulders release down away from the ears. The hands are soft, allowing for any natural curving of the fingers. The muscles across the abdomen releasing down and almost hugging the organs. Feeling the rib cage almost hugging your lungs. As you just fully release yourself into the surface that is beneath you. Feeling the surface that you're sitting on almost hugging your sit bones, your glutes, your pelvic floor, all softening into this support. All the muscles down your legs and your feet as well. Maybe feeling this overall sense of heaviness in the body. Allowing yourself to be as heavy as you are. Allowing yourself to spread, to be as big as you are. Reminding yourself of this ultimate safety that you do have within you. How at the end of all of our lives, our body, the bones of our body will return to this earth, and our soul will return to wherever they come from. So we are all ultimately safe in this deep sense. And as you allow yourself, or as you remind yourself of this deep sense of safety that we all possess, maybe there are some deeper feelings or thoughts that come up that remind you of ways in which this safety does not feel true, or things in your life, maybe people or situations that don't fully support this safety. And sometimes when these things come up, we can get stressed out and try to ignore them or push them back down deeper inside of us. But I often find that when things that bubble up inside of us, maybe some reminders that really want to be heard, the more we push them down inside of us, then the more they echo within us and control our actions and thoughts a bit more insidiously. So just reminding yourself that it is safe for you to feel these things. It is safe for you to feel what is present within you. And just allowing these reminders or seeds to be planted as you just give yourself some grace, reminding yourself that there is always going to be a period of time between when we recognize something needs to change and when we actually make that change. And so just having some grace for yourself with wherever you are at in any process of change in your life. Know that you are strong and you are capable of arranging your life and your circumstances in a way that best serves you and makes you feel safe, supported, happy, and fulfilled. And just having so much patience and kindness with yourself along the journey. You can let some attention now come just into your heart, this physical heartbeat that is in your chest. And just noticing where it is at in relation to your shoulders. If you could see your skeleton right now, where is your heart sitting in the body? Maybe the heart is in this more protective stance. Maybe the shoulders are almost creating this cave for the heart. And if that is the case, then just letting some awareness come to your collarbones and to the tips of your shoulders. And just allow your collarbones to naturally broaden as the tips of your shoulders reach away from each other. Allowing your heart to sit in this proud position between the upper arms. And feeling a slight tuck of your tailbone to lengthen your lower back, and a slight tuck of your chin to lengthen the back of your neck. And really just clearing that channel from your tailbone through the lower, middle, and upper back, through the neck and throat, into the brainstem and into the brain itself. Just clearing that center line of your body. Allowing your sit bones to be heavy into the surface beneath you as you allow the crown of your head to feel light and almost magnetically drawn upward. If you're laying down, then you can have the same sensation with the back side of your body and the front side of your body, but also with the soles of your feet and the crown of your head. Just allowing yourself to be big as you are, to take up space. And maybe just seeing a depiction of what your body looks like right now in the space that you're in. And a depiction of your heart and the connection your heart has to every single inch of your body. Remembering your own anatomy and how your heart is physically and energetically connected to every inch of you, to your toes, fingertips, and to the tip of your head, and every inch in between, through pathways of veins and vessels. Your heart is pumping life into you. And this heart has been pumping life into you from before you were even breathing air, from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. And reminding yourself of the pure gift that is. And how that is a gift that we all have. This direct connection to whatever source allows our hearts to beat. Your heart is your own personal connection to that source. A direct line. And just witnessing the rhythm of this heartbeat. Reminding yourself how you have access to the source that all of this life and love comes from, just through your own heart. And this sense of life and love can feel greater the more we notice it. And it is not necessary for you to earn any love from the world around you, or to earn appreciation, to earn life, to earn love, any of these things. And sometimes we can all get stuck in that state of mind where we feel we are lacking in love and lacking in life and vitality. And we operate in the world from this place of lack, and we try to earn or prove ourselves, prove that we are worthy of life, or prove that we are worthy of love. And this will happen from time to time for us all, as this memory of our worthiness waxes and wanes. But if we catch ourselves operating from this place of lack, we can take a moment to sit back and just remind ourselves that it is not necessary and not possible for you to earn any more love or life. You have this direct connection to the source of all love and life. And so instead, what we can flip that narrative to is going out and sharing the love and life that we already have. And we'll notice how that is what allows it to naturally expand and grow and awaken in the people we come in contact with. The more firm you stand in the truth of your worthiness of this life and your worthiness of love and just simply being alive, the more you will allow the people around you to do the same. The more you will remind others that the same is true for them. Your self-love and your healing is medicine for the world around you. It is the key to most things in this life. And so, just being so kind to yourself when you forget, because we will all forget, and a comfort to yourself when you are in those maybe stages of life where you feel you're more in the dark or more disconnected, can be the metaphor of the moon that comes from ancient astrology. And in Hellenistic astrology, the moon is the representation of our physical body. So the matter that is our body, our bones, muscles, skin, everything in between. And how our body does not have a light of its own. The moon does not emanate its own light. The moon instead reflects the light of the sun or soul, just like our body is animated by our soul or our inner spark. And there are times where the moon is fully illuminated by the sun. It is a full moon. It is bright, it is whole, and it is shining light for others in the darkness. And there are other times where the moon is a new moon, and it is still there. You can almost see it on a clear night, but it is not reflecting any light. It is in the shadows, in the darkness, maybe feeling a bit disconnected or in a state of hibernating. And then there are all the phases in between the new moon and the full moon. And the moon is not meant to stop and be a full moon all the time. It is meant to simply move through the phases. And we are the exact same way. We are not meant to feel whole and holy and connected and bright all the time. We are meant to move through the phases, just like everything else in nature. We are meant to move through these seasons. And so sometimes the biggest source of our suffering can be those voices that tell us that we should be feeling good when we're not. Or the expectation we have on ourselves to be a full moon all the time and to always be sharing our love and always be sharing our light and always be feeling motivated and good. The voices that when we are feeling down and in the darkness that tell us that, well, we should be feeling grateful. I should be feeling motivated. And anytime you hear those thoughts or recognize that those are there, you can just take a moment to step back and remind yourself that whatever you are feeling is exactly what you should be feeling. And the only thing we can count on is that feelings change. Everything changes. And so you can allow yourself to be in a new moon phase if that's where you're at. And you can trust that the next phase will come. You will feel full again. And oftentimes with whatever phase we are in, we can kind of trick ourselves that this is how we've always felt, this is how we're always gonna feel, and we are just this unmotivated, bad person maybe. But that is never going to be true, even when it feels like it. The only thing we can count on is change. And so if we can allow ourselves to let go of that extra layer of the should feelings and just trying to be different than the way we already are, we can move through these phases with a bit more ease, a bit more grace, and just allow ourselves to do whatever we need to do whenever we need to do it. If you are feeling full and whole and bright, sharing that light with others. If you are feeling in the dark and disconnected, doing whatever you need to comfort yourself in that state. Watching your favorite movie or laying outside or hugging your animals or anyone you love. Reading your favorite book, listening to your favorite music. And just releasing that sense of guilt or responsibility we put on ourselves to feel good all the time. Knowing that that expectation in itself can cause us to not feel good. And we can just allow ourselves to move through the phases of life with some ease. Knowing that you are human and you will experience the full range of human emotions and experiences, just like you are meant to. And so just learning what it is that you need to learn in this life, sharing what it is you need to share in this life, and just allowing yourself to witness the journey to the best of your ability, to soak in all the things you want to soak in, and to not worry about the rest. And just seeing what happens, watching it all unfold. Staying in a curious perspective. And just bringing some awareness back to your body and noticing if there's any areas of tension that have crept back. And just once again reminding yourself that it is safe for you to be soft and to release into this moment. And just take this moment to remind yourself of your own inner wisdom that you possess, and how anything that you've heard today or anything that you hear throughout your life that really resonates with you or strikes a chord with you. Just trusting that that feeling can come when we hear on the outside what a part of us already knows to be true on the inside. And so just letting those truths be enhanced within you, so you feel a bit more confident, or a bit more confidence with yourself and your own instincts. A bit more trust with what you already know to be true in this life. And just fueling that trust with yourself so you feel confidence to act in the ways that support this truth. And so if it feels like something you would like to do today, you can just let your hands find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. And just feel this connection of your palms into each other, your fingertips into each other. And feel your heart lift toward your thumbs and your thumbs press back toward your heart, as you just remind yourself of all this power that's within you. And taking a final deep and full breath into the body, filling up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of, as you allow your head to gently bow. And just taking a moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. May this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring this same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.